Good morning in the morning, my friends. How are you? I hope you're all doing well. Good morning. Hello. Bali is in the house. Great. Today is day 12. We will close the second week. Today we dive into the power of why. And why the why beats the how. Good morning, Ilan. And so Germany is also in the house. Great. In the field. Great, great. So today we talk about, as I said, the why. Yesterday we talked already about the power of the why, and that we have to know why we do what we do. So as I said, today is day 11. We will talk about why the why beats the how. Okay, so the power of the why. Yesterday we dived into the question of what does it mean to be rich and what is abundance, that it's very personal and universal at the same time, in a meaning of it's a lot about it deals a lot with emotions, and emotions are universal. They have different tones and different impacts, of course. And today we will dive a little bit deeper. And what is it that holds us back from the why? Okay, why? It's so logic to us to ask ourselves, why do I do what I do? Why do I wake up every morning? Because these are things that are facts, right? This is reality. Good morning, Nahrin. Nice to see you. So why is so important, because otherwise you just do. You're working or living like a machine if you don't really know why you do what you do, and there is no fulfillment. And I know so many people that wake up every morning and do their jobs and not really being aware of what an impact they have. And I think that's the reason why they're really not happy with their job. It's not always the job itself. It's more the feeling behind it and the question, what am I doing here? And if I don't know, and we have, for example, a guy here in the street who is, good morning, beautiful soul, who is carrying the packages, right? And all the letters to us. So he's so friendly and he's really in a good mood every time I see him, and it's so lovely to talk to him. And I can see that he really likes his job, And my employee, she said last time, she said, this is so interesting. I mean, he's doing a job, he has to carry so heavy packages, and then it's in the middle of the city, it's super loud and crowdy. And I see you have a beautiful chat, great. So but then I said, I can't tell you that he's not loving what he's doing. There are some people who are just really happy with what they do because they have a why. They have a why behind it. So today, really, the power of why is so important. And I would like to explain it to you. I would like to start talking about addictions, okay? So now that the core team is present, we can start with day 12, okay? Why beats how. So addictions are things that we do, though we know they're not good, okay? We know they do not serve us, but we do them. And there are some moments when we are aware and not too stressed, if there is not too much pressure, we have a better connection to ourselves, and also we are clearer in our mind, and we know that eating too much sugar is not healthy, it's not good. And then there is this voice telling you, it's okay, and you need it because otherwise you don't feel good. Or it's social media. The addiction of social media is so present, it's crazy. Everybody walking around in the streets with their phones in their hand, even sometimes if they don't look at it, but it's in their hands, So, and I mean, I don't want to judge here, it's not about judging, it's just about explaining that addictions are something that, these are habits habits that we do, and because we repeat them again and again and again, they are in our auto program and they pops up and we do them to compensate. That means there is something in the field we don't like, we don't feel comfortable with, and instead of dealing with this, we found something else, we replace it, you know, and then we do something else that is kind of numbing us. It numbs you. So if you're on social media, you think about other people, you don't have to think about yourself, right? So if you then eating sugar, we know everything, we know what happens in our mind. So it's this, wow, I'm feeling so good, but there is this hormone that is activated and then I'm feeling good. It doesn't last long, of course. This is why it's an addiction. This is why we need it again and again and again. So again, this is a repetition. I've talked already about the hypnotic rhythm and everything in the universe. When we talk about a law, good morning, Cass. Dubai is in the house as well. Great. So every time when we repeat something, it becomes our auto program and it dives into the subconsciousness. That means we have to be aware of why we do what we do. And an addiction is just something that we do and a habit that we do that we've repeated. And this is why it's on this hypnotic rhythm. And the hypnotic rhythm is a law we can use for ourselves, but it can also work against us. So we are addicted to things because we try to compensate something else. We try to replace something that we don't want to feel, don't want to hear, don't want to be in that state. Okay, just to tell you so far. What are we running from away? It's in the root, it's the fear. Okay, let's say you are in a situation where you feel a pressure. You have a conversation with your partner or with your friend, and it is not really comfortable, and this person maybe try to help you and pointing at things that you have done or a habit that it's not really serving you, right? And this person loves you and takes care of you, and know that all of us, we are blind, we are not always aware of everything, so just giving you the advice or a hint, but you feel uncomfortable, and instead of listening, your ego tries to whether justify or just to do something else and say, oh, you know what, I'm super busy, and then you go to do something else. Or mobile phone, right? Super easy. We have it always with us. So I'm not really wondering that we are addicted to these phones. So this is what we do, we compensate. So why do I not want to dive into? Because I am afraid that I could lose my mask, my face, that I can show myself vulnerable, right? And if I'm not safe, and this is the why do we compensate? Because we do not feel safe, and we want to feel the safety. This is what we are programmed to live and to survive. So if we do not feel safe, if there is this fear of losing our mask, somebody might know that we are weak in that point and that we are not strong enough to face the fear or to face our own behavior, to face ourselves. This is something on the deep level we think that it's weak, and then we don't feel safe. So because we don't feel safe, what do we do now? We try to control it, and this is what we do. Okay. So I repeat it a little bit. Hey, Maria. So I repeat it a little bit. Addiction is something, a behavior that we do again and again to compensate. What do we compensate? Fear. Okay. Why? Because we want to feel safe. Okay. And in order to do so, what do? We try to control the situation. That means we do not we do not listen to this person who tries to tell us something. There is this ego that says, stop it, don't show yourself, don't be vulnerable, then you're not safe. And then, because we don't feel safe, we are creating the situation and shift it to be in control of something. So that means, what is control? Control is it's the opposite of trusting, right? So control is coming from the energy of, there are two energies, just to give you a little insight. There is force and power. In the end, let's say it's, the masculine and the feminine, and the force and the power. There are these two energies, but to be honest, a little secret, there is only one energy. There is only one power, let's say it that way, okay? And these both energies are the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, and they are intertwined. So, but to come back to the force and the power. So there is an energy that kind of, I think I talked about it already, that is pushing you, okay? It's more like, oh, you have to wake up in the morning. It's pushing you out of the bed and you think, oh, I would love to, just a couple of minutes longer. And this is the push energy, because you just do, but you don't know why, and you're not really happy with what you do. And then there is this pull energy, right? The pull energy is something that is, wow, I can start my day. Let's see what's going to happen today. And I have so many things on my to-do, and I want to accomplish so many things in my life. And I'm really curious and excited about, to reach out to the people or whatever it is, right? You are more excited. So these are the two energies. So the first one, the push one, is the force, okay? You force yourself, and the other one is the power, okay? You have the power. And this is what I'm talking again and again about. So control is coming from, what do you think? Is it coming from, let's do a little test. Is it coming from force or is it coming from power? Exactly. Force. Yes, force. Great. So force is not power, right? And this is all you need to know. We want to be powerful. So to understand all these, this structure, and this is really just the surface, we can dive into this more. I just want to explain to you what is an addiction in the end. We can dive into maybe on Sunday if you want in the Q&A. If you have a question regarding this, just write the questions in the DM. And what I wanted to say is why is so powerful, and it's coming from the heart. This is really something you have to ask yourself and connect with yourself and ask yourself why. Why did I become a mother? Why am I doing this job? Why do I serve my customers? Why have I decided to be with this person? Okay, this is really not easy, I know. The how is easier. The how is like, okay, how am I going to be in a partnership? Okay, yes, I have, be together, make some compliments, spend time together, and whatever you think what is important to do in a partnership. The how is pretty easy because we've learned it from our childhood. How do I work? Okay, somebody's maybe helping me out in the very first weeks, show me what to do and how to do it, and then I just do it. It's a repetition, right? I just do what everybody tells me, or I can Google or whatever, ask my friends. I learn it. It's easy. The how is easier than the why. The why is powerful, okay? And it's also more authentic. So the how comes from the why comes from the heart, and the how comes from here. It's just the learning. So, and I don't say it's bad. I just tell you the differences. And because it's coming from the mind, it is kind of limited, okay? You've learned this, you do this, and you know how to do it. So the how, I think you know what I mean. The how is really, you've learned it, somebody showed you, and even in a partnership, we've learned it from our parents, aware, consciously, unconsciously, doesn't matter. So we learn some things, and this is why we rely so much on our mind. But if we dive into the heart, we know why we do what we do. And sometimes, and this is, I think, the biggest challenge, is when we dive into our heart and then really experience or realize that what we do is not really what we want to do, we might then leave the job or the partner. We might then leave some things behind and surrender. But this is what it's all about, because when you're not really happy where you are, and there are some things you want to change. Change means always, we had this in the very beginning, you are here, you want to go there, you have to leave, you have to let go of the A in order to go to the B, right? We have to let go of things, and I don't say you have to leave your partner or your job. I just say dive into and see what is it, what is your why, and how can you really work around. And you don't have to change your life completely, but what is it that you are addicted to, let's say? And what is it that you can let go of, okay? So, again, a little summary. The why is powerful, it comes from the heart. The how is easy, okay, because it's coming from here and we've learned it. So easy and light, it's not the same thing, right? We are talking here again and again about the secret of the light manifestation. So how can you make it lighter for yourself? What is, again, a hack? What is it that you can learn? Because what you do here is also learning. It is the combination of these two. And then we have alignment, right? So use both. I don't say the mind is not good and you all should only listen to your heart. No, it's not good. So if you're too emotional, it's also not really taking you where you want to be. So we have these both, I say, organs and tools. And there is a reason why Mother Nature gave us these two. So use them both, but just try to be in alignment, okay? What you think and what you feel and what you do and what you speak. The more you are in alignment, the more authenticity you feel. And this is a very high energy. And then you become really powerful. So what can you do? If you use the heart and the mind, you are super fast. Because now you feel comfortable, you feel safe within yourself, so you can trust yourself. And you have also your mind to know how to get there, okay? But we are too many times asking ourselves, how? How can I become rich? How can I be in a partnership that is super fulfilling? How can I, find someone that loves me, respects me, and you name it? So it's not about the how on the outside, okay? If you are addicted to how, because we always ask ourselves, okay, how can I get there? How can I reach out to this person? Because we have the mind. The mind is always in the how. But instead of using the how on the outside, use it on the inside, okay? How do I feel? So combine these two things. We will dive into this next week a little bit deeper. But for now, just understand that there are these different laws, and the hypnotic rhythm that I've talked about in the beginning is that you repeat the things. The more you do, the best you do. The most you do, the best you do. That means dive into your feelings again and again and again and create these feelings. We had this yesterday, the having, doing, being, flip it around, be it. So that's why I always tell you, what is your vision? Connect with your vision on the feeling, on the emotional level. Be there, feel it again and again and again. And through this repetition, you will start to believe it. This is the power of the mirror talk in the morning. Just, stand there and tell yourself, I am whatever it is that you want to be. And you feel it. You have to feel it. And with the time, it will be your reality. I promise you. And yeah, that's it. So surrender the how, okay? The why is more important. Ask yourself why. So maybe you dive into the last session. Yesterday, I gave you a little practice and you can dive a little bit deeper into that. And then practice yourself, train yourself. Every time you ask yourself how, maybe you can link it to how do I feel instead of how do I get there, okay? But the next step is really to ask yourself why. So I hope this was clear so far. If you have any questions, write it down. Other than that, do I want to tell you something? Oh yeah, again, we are in the weekend now. That means tomorrow you can repeat the week. Please do that. It was a lot of input. Though we are really on the surface, there is so much more to discover and so much more we can talk about. And you see, it's not only 15 minutes because it is really, it is a lot. It's huge. But tomorrow you have the time to again repeat the week, and on Sunday I think it will be again at 3 p.m. 2 p.m. London time, where you can ask your questions. And again, I will give you the opportunity in the stories where you can ask us whatever is in your mind, and whatever kind of maybe keeps you awake, doesn't matter. emotional things, you know, things that are related to this lesson, whatever it is, we are here for you. Okay, beautiful souls. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence. We didn't have the time to make the breath work, but you know how it works. And you can, even yesterday was so beautiful. Just, you know, go to the replay and I will guide you through a little breath work in the replay. So have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. Try to activate your pull energy. And don't let anybody push you anywhere you don't want to be, okay? And if you're there, then just accept this and make the best out of it. Okay, lovely souls. I wish you a wonderful weekend. See you on Sunday. So much love for you. Thank you for your commitments. Come on, come on, come on. Where is the heart? It's not working, but this is a heart. Now it's working, great. Just to let go and everything is possible. Bye bye, see you on Sunday.